They lied to us. Are you surprised? Because I know I'm not. Hi YouTube, welcome back to the channel. It's Shadow. I have two gameplays for you guys today. In these two gameplays, right before this, I turned crossplay off for the first time. I attempted to play ranked with some of my friends, and obviously they had crossplay off. And if you didn't know, I play on PlayStation. I'm on PlayStation, PS5. And they were kind of, they turned crossplay off to play ranked play. It was a little bit rough. So I decided to turn it off in my own solo play just to see what kind of would happen and see if I got any easier lobbies. And this was the result. This is the immediate result. This is the first two gameplays after turning crossplay off. And it's interesting because we're going to have a conversation about SBMM, EOMM, casino-based matchmaking, whatever you want to call it. They made a post and finally addressed it about 2 days ago. It was really a disappointing post. It didn't really give us any new information that we didn't already know, other than the fact that it's obvious that they think we're idiots. And that's probably my biggest gripe overall with, well, no, I wouldn't say my biggest gripe, but one of my bigger gripes with what they kind of said is this, the way they talk down to us kind of condescendingly, like we're idiots, just really rubbed me the wrong way. I am a paying customer. I am someone who's been a fan of Call of Duty for damn near, it's been so long. I've been playing since 2007-ish, 2008. I've been playing online Call of Duty, and the fact that they can talk down to me like this as I stand before you, a couple days before my 30th birthday, it's just kind of disrespectful. That being said, they shared a lot of their criteria for how they matchmake us within Call of Duty Online here. And another gripe that I have is they kind of they connect us based on voice chat. And I don't know if it's based on whether or not you have your mic plugged in or whether or not you even use your mic. And we all know, if anybody's played Call of Duty, you know that there's good players that don't use their mic, good players that don't even have mics plugged in, and then there's bad players that do have mics plugged in. And we all know the bad player that has their mic that's just all fuzzy and just terrible, and you hate it, and you mute them as soon as you see them in the lobby, or you see that they're on your team. And it's very annoying, but I mean, it is what it is. The fact that they matchmake us based on voice chat just seems crazy to me. It doesn't seem to make any sense. They said something about SBMM having been a thing since COD 4. No. I played Call of Duty Modern Warfare COD 4 back in the day, and it was, I was 11, 12 at the time, and I could go on and get a kill. There was definitely not SBMM back in that game. There was no reason to be, and what were they basing stats off of? There weren't really any online stats for people. It's not like how it is now where there's esports and there's TTK. Like, people don't even really know what TTK was back in the day. So, like, how are you matching people off of skill back then? It just wasn't a thing. It's a flat out lie. They're making claims that buying bundles has no effect on your matchmaking. Come on, if you play the game, you know, you've seen it. If there's a new bundle that just arrived in the store, and maybe I haven't even bought it yet, I do notice that the player that's killing the other team tends to have that skin on. They definitely want to sell these skins in these bundles, and it only makes sense for money-hungry Activision to do such a thing. In summation, I just feel lied to. I feel like how I would imagine how I would have felt had my parents lied to me about Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny. I'm 30 years old. My mom, she never lied to me about Santa Claus. She told me right off day one, don't ruin this for your classmates and your friends, but Santa Claus isn't real. I'm buying you the gifts. This is what it really is. And I appreciated her for a lot more for that. I would have probably not trusted my mom had I found out. If I was 8 years old, I would have found out pretty quickly. Our cousin probably would have ruined it for me. I would have found out rather quickly that Santa Claus wasn't a real thing. So I feel like I trust her more that she didn't do that to me. And I feel like with Activision here, they're lying to me when I can see through it. It's like I'm 12 years old and I can see that, I can tell that there's no Santa Claus. I've stayed up all night on Christmas Eve and I can tell that there's no fat white man coming down the chimney, eating cookies and giving me all the gifts that I ever wanted as if he knows me. That's how it feels. I feel lied to and betrayed, especially considering how much money we've poured into the franchise. And someone like me who buys bundles, which I know I shouldn't do, I do it anyway because I spend so much time on the game. It's my free time. It's my money. I can do it when I want to with it. But when I hear these things, it makes a veteran like me not want to play the game. It makes me not want to spend money on the game. Hey, you got to readdress this SBMM nonsense. You're not addressing it the right way. And I know that there's almost nothing that they could have said and came out with this blog post that wouldn't utterly piss the entire community off, but it just seems like they could be doing better in almost every sense. This is one of the better Call of Duties in recent years. A lot of people have admitted that. Since Modern Warfare 2019, it's probably by far gameplay-wise my favorite. I hated Modern Warfare 2019. I hated the SBMM more than anything in that game, but I also hated the way that the philosophy behind that game's development. Just, no dead silence, the maps, the way they were designed. Cold War didn't do too much for me either. It just felt like too much of a departure from Modern Warfare 2019 in my opinion. Vanguard was a train wreck from start to finish. There was nothing about that game that I really enjoyed. Even Zombies was terrible. And then we fast forward to Modern Warfare 2, which just, again, had gameplay issues that I just didn't really like. It was a little bit better, but again, SBMM has ruined all these games. And then we got this one, which is, again, in my opinion, better than all of the more recent Call of Duties, and it's ruined by SBMM. What a surprise. And after kind of bashing them for the majority of this video, I do have to give them some amount of praise, but only small, just because they released it right after the SBMM notice, and they did it on purpose. They know that was not going to go over well no matter what they said, so they lined it up with the announcement of Season 2 and the other collaboration that they have for Season 2, which is The Walking Dead. And literally this game is Walking Dead, and the Walking Dead franchise is also Walking Dead. It is still kind of cool because there is zombies in it, so I want to give them a little bit of praise for the lineup for Season 2. They're kind of redoing some of the maps here. I think Karachi, Skid Row, they're going to get a little bit of a makeover to make it seem to fit the Walking Dead theme there, which is cool. I like that idea. The weapons that they're adding, I'm giving them W's pretty much across the board for the weapons they're adding. They're nostalgic. I like the way they look in these games. They're bringing back the MTAR-X, I believe, which is a gun from Ghost. It's going to be an SMG, but it's with some AR sensibilities there. It's going to be awesome. I think that they're bringing an HRM assault rifle, which could be potentially like a Grau. I noticed that the HRM9, the SMG that they added this past season, kind of looked a little bit like the Grau. Maybe that's going to be like the Grau coming back. That's awesome. And then they're bringing back the F2000 from the original Modern Warfare 2. I mean, they brought it back for Vanguard. It was what it was, but it's going to be exciting to see again in this game. So they get a little bit of praise for they're doing the right things, I think, for their content. The new maps also that they're bringing, they're actually fresh and original. They look good. I'm not going to lie. They look fine. Fix SBMM, and I think the game could be in a really, really good spot, especially if they continue with collaborations moving forward with their seasonal marketing. It's been pretty solid. Keep up with adding war maps. We want more war mode maps for this game. I feel like they can be in a really good spot, but just addressing SBMM by lying to our faces and talking to us like we're children doesn't help them. They're going to lose more money, which they even kind of claimed in that blog post that they're kind of starting to be afraid of people losing players to other games because it's been happening. So if they don't want to lose more players, including players like me, they need to either tone down SBMM, put it into rank mode like I originally, like everyone said they should do. I mean, it's the best matchmaking system based on like your own individual skill that I've ever seen in a video game. So put that in ranked, turn it all the way up. I want, when I play ranked, I want to feel like I'm sweating. I want to feel like people are sweating against me. I want to feel like I've earned kills and wins. And I also want to feel like there's little ways that I can improve my gameplay. With SBMM and pubs like it is, you don't even feel like you can get necessarily better or improved. You're just kind of whatever the game kind of throws at you, I've said it for a long time. Playing Call of Duty the past 4 years especially, and again, I noticed SBMM kind of being a thing in Advanced Warfare. You did feel a little bit in that game. Part of it may have been just the learning curve of the jetpacks, but you did feel a little bit in that game. But then immediately after, I mean, Black Ops 3, I didn't really feel had a lot of SBMM. It was really Modern Warfare 2019 that really changed the game. And since then, it's felt like Call of Duty's been playing me. It doesn't feel like I'm playing Call of Duty. And we need to get back to human beings playing Call of Duty again instead of feeling like we're just being thrown in a blender. I didn't see too much content on what they're specifically adding for zombies in Season 2. I'll do a little bit more research and get back to you guys on it, but I have heard rumblings again about PvP in zombies, which just seems like a disaster and a terrible idea. I mean, already off the rip, can you imagine either camo grinding in zombies and a whole team rolls up on you and kills you and then you lose all your loot? Or rolling into a game with golden armor or the dog bone or the ether blade, which takes hours upon hours, sometimes even days, maybe even flawless ethereum crystal takes like 2 days for it to cool down, and a team just rolls through you. You could be a solo player, you could be playing with your friends, you could be playing with someone who isn't even that experienced in zombies, just milling around in zone 1 and a team just rolls. No, this is a terrible idea. If they're gonna do it, and to me it just seems super simple and super basic, just port DMZ right over to MW3, on Azerkistan. We already had a Sheikah Island in MW2, so you can just port that right over too. Port that right over from Vondel. Add it to Fortune's Keep, which again, I didn't mention that, but Fortune's Keep is being brought back for Season 2, which is good news. I didn't play Fortune Keep a lot back in the day. I think that was kind of during Vanguard's Warzone run. I couldn't stand Warzone during that time, mainly because there was no FOV in Warzone up until Warzone 2. So I didn't really play any of Fortune's Keep, but they're bringing that back. Throw DMZ on there. You have the AI there. Just switch all the zombies AI to Merc's AI with guns and make, teams spawn the same way as it was, and it's a wrap right there. Boom, boom. We have another mode, DMZ. People will play it and release it alongside zombies. Don't stop the zombies content, but build on it a little bit. Don't add PvP to zombies. It's never been what it's about. I still get annoyed when I play this mode of zombies and I get shot by a merc, because it's just kind of foreign getting shot when you're in zombies. You're supposed to be the one shooting things. You're not supposed to get shot in zombies. So don't do that. Just port DMZ over. You have all of the assets already in there. We've all played zombies, Modern Warfare zombies in this game. There's still a ton of leftover assets from DMZ from last year that are completely useless in zombies. Screwdrivers, bandages, all sorts of stuff. Now, if they wanted to make those useful in zombies, they could easily do that. Maybe you could earn or make a perk or something like that, or maybe even get a free pack punch or something weird or special by combining the random things that are on the map, like I said, screwdriver or bandages. But again, the assets are there. Just port them over. Bring DMZ. I'll play a ton of it. You'll see a ton of it on the channel if they do that. If they bring DMZ over to Modern Warfare 3, you're going to see almost nothing but that. You're going to see me and my friends and some of my old friends from DMZ back in the day and the new friends that I've made now rolling through teams in DMZ, figuring out all sorts of loadouts and stuff. It's going to be fun. As of now, Season 2 is set to drop on Wednesday, the day before my birthday. No, the day after my birthday. So on Wednesday and the day after, you expect to see a lot of Fortune's Keep gameplay as I try to learn the map and try to get my own little spots and little routes and everything on there. And assuming the zombies is on there as well, right off the rip, you can expect to see a lot of zombies content. I'm going to do that initially every season as the new content drops. You get more XP in zombies, and zombies is just more of a chill, laid-back mode. So definitely expect to see me playing a lot of that. The last couple minutes of gameplay here, we are losing the TDM, and I don't want to spoil the ending, but enjoy. If you like the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Check me out on Twitch. I stream every week, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Otherwise, have a good one.